Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. We have some pretty explosive rumors swirling around the NFC East, and at the center of it all is Dexter Lawrence. Yes, you heard right. The Giants' star defensive tackle might be on his way to the Washington Commanders. And honestly, this could be a game changer for our line and our entire defense. The whispers suggest that the Giants, who are currently sitting at a disappointing 3-11 record, are seemingly gearing up for a total rebuild. And part of that rebuild might involve trading away some of their biggest assets, with Dexter Lawrence topping the list. What's interesting is that the Giants are reportedly open to moving Lawrence in exchange for draft picks and a young defensive tackle, perhaps as part of a broader strategy to free up cap space and reset their roster. Lawrence, who's been a dominant force on the interior since his days at Clemson, has been making waves across the league. He's an all-pro caliber player, someone who can disrupt running games and generate pressure from the inside, which is exactly what the Commanders need right now. And with the Giants potentially looking to offload him, the timing couldn't be better for Washington. Lawrence isn't just any interior lineman. Over his career, he's played an impressive 92 games, racking up over 312 tackles and 28 sacks. His PFF grade last season was an outstanding 91, and he's shown the ability to perform at a high level consistently. In 2025, he's only missed a single game due to a rib injury in Week 8, and he already has 5 sacks this season, including a standout performance in Week 4 when he recorded 2 sacks. His dominance is reminiscent of some of the league's best interior disruptors, like Chris Jones, a comparison that's not made lightly. Lawrence is a game wrecker, someone who can turn the tide of a game when he's on his game. If the Commanders were to add Lawrence, it wouldn't just be a boost, it would be a seismic shift. Our defensive line, already solid with players like Allen, would become a true force of nature. Adding Lawrence, along with Allen, could increase our run stops by around 20%, cut down the rushing yards allowed by roughly 20%, and pressure rates would go up by about 12%. It's a recipe for interior domination, something that would make it nearly impossible for opposing offenses to establish a consistent ground game or to protect their quarterbacks. And let's not forget the historical context. When the Buccaneers added Vita V, they turned their line into one of the league's most formidable units, increasing their run stops by about 25%. The Commanders could see similar results with Lawrence in the middle. A dominant interior defensive line can also help us get off the field on third down. We've already seen how cutting down third down conversions by 22% can be a game changer, especially when competing for playoff positioning and trying to make a deep run. Now, the implications of this move extend beyond just the regular season. The NFL playoffs are often won and lost in the trenches, and a player like Lawrence could be the difference maker when it counts the most. His ability to shut down the run and pressure the quarterback makes him an instant X-factor for our defense, especially as we look ahead to the postseason. The Super Bowl odds already reflect the excitement. After all, the Commanders have seen their Super Bowl chances jump from +12, 0 to +4, 800 with the idea of bolstering the interior line. This isn't just about one player, though. It's about elevating the entire defense and creating a culture of dominance in the trenches. Think about it. Imagine a front four with Lawrence, Allen, and our other talented linemen. That's a recipe for chaos for offenses, especially when it comes to stopping the run and pressuring the quarterback without needing to blitz excessively. It's a strategic advantage that can tip the scales in our favor in close games. And with the NFC East being so competitive, making a move like this could be the difference between a playoff appearance and a deep postseason run. Now, looking at the Giants' perspective, they're clearly in a rebuild mode. Their current cap situation is tight, with only around $5 million in available space, and their record of 3-11 signals that they're looking to get younger and cheaper. Trading Lawrence for draft capital and a younger player makes sense for them long-term, even if it's tough to see their star go. They've also been facing some struggles on defense, allowing over 160 rushing yards per game, which shows that their defensive front needs a serious upgrade. Moving Lawrence could be a way for them to reset and start fresh, especially if they're planning to rebuild around their young talent and draft picks. But for the Commanders, this could be an absolute jackpot. Imagine pairing Lawrence with players like Allen and our current defensive line rotation. It's a perfect storm that could turn our defense from good to elite, especially when you consider how important interior pressure is for disrupting offenses. Plus, Lawrence's presence would send a message across the league. The Commanders are serious about contending, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. The potential trade also raises some interesting questions. Will the Giants be willing to part with Lawrence at a reasonable price? How much draft capital are they asking for? And what about the other teams that might be interested? The NFL trade deadline is always unpredictable, but right now, it feels like the Commanders are in a prime position to make a move. With our current roster, we're on the cusp of something special, and adding a player like Lawrence could be the final piece to unlock our true potential. And let's not forget, this isn't just about this season. A move like this sets us up for sustained success. Lawrence is still young and in his prime, and his impact could be felt for years to come. It's the kind of move that not only boosts our chances this year, but also helps us build a foundation for future Super Bowl runs. Our front office has shown that they're not afraid to make bold decisions, and if they pull the trigger on Lawrence, it could be one of the most impactful trades in recent Commanders' history. So fans, keep your eyes peeled. This could be the move that defines the offseason for the Commanders. The possibility of adding Dexter Lawrence isn't just speculation anymore. It's a real opportunity to turn our defense into an unstoppable force. And for us, that's what it's all about. Dominating in the trenches, controlling the game from start to finish, and finally reaching that promised land of Super Bowl glory. The road to greatness is paved in the trenches, and with Lawrence, we might just be about to lay the first brick. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Dexter Lawrence could be the missing piece for our defense? Would you be happy to see him in the burgundy and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love to hear your opinions. They matter so much to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Washington Commanders news because this offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Let's keep the passion alive, and as always, hail to the Commanders.